Hey everybody, this is me, Undead Viking. I'm here to talk to you about this game. I apologize, this is the closest thing I have to a box. It is Kharnage! This is the new game from Devil Pig Games. You might know Devil Pig Games for their Normandy games that they co-published with Yellow, if you might have known those. Those are really fun games. I encourage you to check those out. Devil Pig Games is creating this card-based battle game where there's this mythical hill that, for whatever reason, 4 massive armies of humans, dwarves, goblins, and orcs show up at the exact same time. And then they go ahead and beat each other senseless over it. And then whoever does the best job of beating each other senseless over it in a matter of 4 rounds will win the game because of the carnage points that they get. So the game is very simple as far as the rules go, but it is very deep as far as some of the strategy choices you're going to make. But don't get me wrong, this is not a big overthinky game. This is totally a knife fight in a telephone booth type of game. You are going to get bloody, and you're going to get bloody very, very quick, and it is a heck of a lot of fun. So let me show you how to play Kharnage, and then that's the last time I'll do that. I apologize. And then we will go ahead and after that, I'll talk to you about the things I like about the game and why I think you might like it as well. Alright, cool. Let's do this. Alright, I've gone ahead and set up a game of Kharnage. Now, in the spirit of trying to make things go a little bit quicker, so this video isn't super long, I have gone ahead and gone through the setup process. Now, you have these 4 decks of cards here. Those are the Kharnage point cards as you play the game, and whoever does the best during the battle for what this is supposed to be, the hill. I don't have the hill, actually, so I just put my little skull there. I thought that was fitting. So, as you do battle, whoever does the best job of killing off the other people's units will get the Kharnage points. And so, like, you can see there's 5 skulls in this one, there's 3 skulls in this one, and 1 skull in that one. So depending on how well you do, first player gets 5, second place gets 3, third place gets 1. This Kharnage coin card over there, if you succeed in killing every single unit of another person's army, then you get to yell Kharnage, and you get to collect one of these, and they're worth actually an extra point then at the end of the game. Now, according to the rules, if you pull that off and you yell Kharnage and nobody else yells yeah, like they're happy for you, they're supposed to lose one of those cards as well. That's an actual rule in the game. So make sure you're in the spirit of having your own units being killed so you don't lose some points. But anyway, regardless, at the beginning of the game you have this card here. It's called the Zero Battle card. And on the Zero Battle card, they have these flags on here. And the flags represent the number of units you will draw from your unit deck, which is this right here. This little, you notice the flag is exactly the same. You'll draw those and you'll place them in front of you. And the way it works is that each unit, here I'll just draw, I actually got 3 different ones for the dwarf. You can see they have these little markings here. They're right there, this one's in the middle, and this one's in the front. And that tells you, like, if they're in the 3rd line, the 2nd line, or the 1st line. And then as you draw those, you will then place them and set up your armies like so. And you place them so they are they're facing away from you. If you're sitting here, they're facing this way. They're facing towards the hill that all 4 of these races are fighting over. Now, after everybody has gone ahead and set that up, each person will draw their, they have these battle cards here, and they have 6 of those. And they'll draw 3 of them, and they'll keep those secret, and then they'll look and see which 3 they got. Now, on these battle cards, you will see there's a couple different things. You'll see those red flags again, which represent the fact that you'll get to draw reinforcements from your deck. There'll be this flag here, the black flag, which represents your leader. Each player gets like a general or a leader, and the goblins actually get 2. You can then, instead of actually drawing another unit, you can choose to draw your leader if you wish. There will be a number up here, and that's important because that's the initiative for the battle. Whoever has the lowest number on their card will be the person who goes and attacks first, and the next person attacks, the next person attacks, and so forth. So sometimes, like, you might want, like, this one's got a high number, but you get a lot of reinforcements, and you get to do both a melee attack and a shooting shooting attack. You know, whereas here you don't get as many reinforcements and you get 2 shooting attacks. So depending upon what your strategy is, you'll like determine which one of these cards you pick. Now you can probably guess, as I'm assuming you have, that after everybody has gone and set up, you take a moment to look and see what everybody else has as far as their abilities and their power. And then each person is going to take one of these 3 cards, and they're going to choose it in secret, and then they're going to put it face down. Everybody's going to reveal that card. And once they reveal that card, you'll put it face up on top of the battle card on there, and then each person in turn order will do their complete turn. So let me go ahead and, through the magic of video editing, pick 1 card for each player. Okay, let's draw these cards and see what we get here. So we have 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to take the leader, and I'm going to take this guy. And the reason why we're going to take this guy is that you can see he's got this little flag with 2, and he's going to be a frontline fighter that is going to have 2 extra attack, which is always nice. But because he has that, he brings 2 more cards with him. So we're going to go 1, 2. So we have 6 possible. We have 6 reinforcements. Let's see what we got. We got this big giant ogre rider. We got a catapult. We got these hyena riders, just a big front unit, some bowmen, and another front unit. Yeah, pretty good actually. You know, we got that big giant ogre. So now we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to move these out of the way, and we're going to put all these units into the spots that they're at. So the front line fighter will go here, and let's see, the bowmen go there. We got another frontline fighter there. There's a lot of guys here. We got the hyena riders will be in the middle. Now the lines matter because you can't hand-to-hand combats can't hit the lines behind until the first line has been destroyed. So they allow protection for your characters. Here we have our catapult that's going to be way in the back. We have our big giant ogre rider, and then we have another a unit that is going to attack. So then that's actually worked out pretty well. We got 3 separate lines there, and now we can go ahead and do the attacks that are listed on our card. And when you do the attacks, you always start with the left and you work your way right. Same thing with reinforcements. You can't do the leader first. You have to start with the left and work to the right. So we're going to do our melee attack first. And so all you do is you total up the total number of melee attacks that you have. I want to show one thing actually really quickly that I should have pointed out. Notice how this was one of the cards that I drew automatically at the beginning. It has this little bomb there, like TNT. That's a special attack that this particular unit uses. However, because of the fact that it was drawn during the very first phase, you don't get to use that special attack, which is unfortunate, but it can happen quite often in the game. So I'll even show you. It's like the web thing says, when this unit is placed down, draw the first unit reserves, multiply its defense by the kamikaze armor, apply the damage, discard both units. So if I placed that otherwise, I would have had an automatic attack that would have gone off, but because of the fact that it started, all you can do is just kind of stay there and take some damage for the rest of the battle, and to prevent like the people behind you from taking damage. So that kind of stinks, but oh well. So we're going to go ahead and total up the number of the melee, and then you total up the whole thing, not just the ones in the front. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of them. So now I can attack either the person to my right or the person to my left with those attacks, or I can also split those attacks up. Now mind you, I'm going to get my bow attacks as well, so this might be a situation where I might be able to take out maybe one or maybe both of the armies if I have enough damage that's going to be able to take it. So with 8 damage, I can take out a total of 8 points of defense. And the defense is located on the cards, and they have the one, and sometimes they'll have the shield icon, which adds 1 as well. So this one would have 2. And so if we look over here at the orcs, they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not going to have enough because I can't, because they have the 1 in the back. But I could take out a large chunk of them. And over here, we'd have 1, 2, to start off with, and then we'd have 6 left over, and we could then take 3, 4, 5, 6, but that would all be what it take. So, but I could give all my points to one of them and probably take them out with just my melee. But I can split up. Now, the interesting thing when you do split them up, if you have an odd number, say like I have 15 instead of 16, you'd still round up. So each one would get 8. You wouldn't have 8 and 7. So that's kind of a neat thing as well. Just remember that you round up. I can't just make up my mind as far as what I want to do here. Well, let's go ahead and let's split up my attacks and see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to say, so we're going to go 1, 2, destroy that one, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've gone ahead and destroyed all of those, and I'm going to take these and I put them on my battle card to show that I've destroyed those, because that's important, because we're going to total up what each person does as far as the damage goes, and that'll determine like who gets the most points. Now with the remaining 8, we're going to go 1, 2, and then we're going to go no, I got 6 left, right? So we might as well take out the 2 tough ones. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to have 1 left over that's not going to do anything, but we're going to take out all of those as well. So there we go. Now we move those together. And now, because we have the second attack, we're going to go ahead and total up the number of bow attacks that I have. So totaling up the amount of bow attacks we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total. So we have 7 points that we can divvy up, or if I wanted to, I could divvy up 4 and 4 that would go to anybody. Now range attacks, I said I can attack the dwarf with my ranged attacks over there. Now here's the situation I'm in where I don't have enough to take out their big golem right there that has a 5, unless I put all my points into that. So it makes sense for me to go ahead and take out this particular, the last unit that the orcs have. And so we're going to go ahead and take that one out because we're going to split them up. We're going to go 4 and 4. 4 and 4, and because I did that, I can yell Kharnage, and everybody else has to go yeah, or else they lose a point. So I go ahead and I take this, and I'm going to go ahead and put that right there to show that I have that point. And then the other player, now I have 4 points left over, and I can just basically kind of pick which unit I want to take out. I could take out one more unit of the humans over there, but they might be upset with me if I take out yet another unit they have. But then again, they're probably going to be upset with the enemy, so they're probably going to be seeking revenge. So we're just going to go ahead and take that one as well. And so we're going to go ahead and take out that last one, leaving them with the golem, but we go ahead, and unfortunately I just didn't have enough to actually take out both of them, but that was a really, really good turn for the goblins. Now the goblins have like almost no defense, so I'm not going to go into another turn or the other person's like reinforcements, but I'm pretty sure everybody's going to gang up on the goblins and wipe them out, because they'd be silly to let them keep this giant monster army rolling through the next round. But the thing is that would complete my turn. Now, there was one thing. I remember I had this spider guy. After he completed his attack, I got this ability that immobilized somebody. Looking around, I can see that, like, they have this big giant bear rider over here. It looks pretty tough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, and I'm going to make the dwarf player angry, too. And I'm going to go ahead and web that big giant bear rider so I can't get attacked by him, because he's pretty powerful. Now, after that was said and done, you know, like, it would be then the next person's turn. In this case, it would be the orc player's turn, which they would then go ahead and do their reinforcements, and then they would follow through with their attack on their turn as well. Now, skipping ahead a little bit, what's going to happen is then after everybody's on their attack, you total up how many units you destroyed. If you, like, probably the goblins are going to win. They would get the 5.1, the second place one would get 3, third place one would get the 1, and they go ahead and they keep that. I shouldn't have put that there, actually, because you can lose it if you don't say, yeah, when somebody else does a Kharnage attack. We go ahead and take those. We're going to put them and have those in front of us now, and then you draw, you have, you know, your 2 cards of your battle deck left, you know, that are sitting here. You take the top one, put it with the rest of them, and then you're going to draw again this next turn to determine which card you're going to use to battle. Now, the game only lasts 4 turns, so you're going to end up eventually with all the battle cards in your hand, but you're not going to play all of them. You're going to have 2 of them left over at the end. Whoever scores the most points by doing the best job at killing their opponents will win the game. I wanted to show you just quickly, I mean, because there's tons of different units and tons of different abilities and things like that. I invite you to go to the over to the Kickstarter page and check out some of the art, because obviously, like, these cards here, I mean, they have the good outlines and everything, and the artwork in this game is fantastic. But you know, like, I just wanted to show you this one card that the orcs get. They get this guy, and so he takes up 2 spots in the line. Obviously, they get this giant, and they have some cool abilities. Like, you know, he has the stomp ability. Like, basically, when he does attack, you just get to pick a unit that he just kills automatically because he steps on them and things like that. So I mean, they really gone ahead and really, in a weird way, kind of taken the whole miniatures game and made it very much a game of you were playing with cards. I mean, I played games like this where, like, you have big lines of different cards and different abilities, but I can safely say this is the most fun one I've ever played, because of the fact that, like, it is a total dive in and play game. This is not a big giant overthinking your strategy type of situation. It is, you know, putting, like, really cool cards together, really cool combos together of different unit abilities, and, you know, being able to kind of outthink and outguess your opponents as far as what they're going to do with their battle cards, and really not becoming enamored with any certain unit or ability because of the fact that they're not going to live, they're not going to last, and you are probably gonna you're putting your generals out there, and they're going to get wiped out ultimately. So don't fall in love with your units. Just make sure you put your best foot forward and kill as much as you possibly can before you get killed. And if you're just looking for a kind of a blood and guts and glory type game, this is going to be right up your alley. But I'll talk more about that in my conclusion, which I'll do right now. I said it before, it's not as much fun without a game box. Anyway, so that was Kharnage. See, I told you I wouldn't do it again. So you should have a really good idea of how to play the game. There's no way I could actually show you every single card, every single unit. I mean, there's spellcasters on things, there's magical creatures, there's all kinds of different things that each army has. And I really, like I said, I invite you to go ahead and check out the Kickstarter page, check out the page at Board Game Geek, check out the Devil Pig Games page, so you can kind of, like, if you want to research it and take a look at it. But the bottom line is the game is just flat out fun. You know, I love fantasy themes. I love the immersion that they give me. I love the fact that, like, as you're playing this game, you're thinking of the scenes from movies that you've watched. You know, like Lord of the Rings and things like that. You're seeing these giant waves of armies, and they're going at each other. This is a little bit comical. This isn't, like, you know, really serious, if you will. I mean, it isn't like, you know, it isn't like they're showing decapitated heads or disembowelments or things like that. This is very cartoony, very over the top, but serious. You know, I kind of go like World of Warcraft kind of look to it, if you will. I mean, if you've seen the other art that Devil Pig Games has used in their games, you'll recognize the art in this one as well. I mean, it's just it bridges the gap between seriousness, but also a little bit of levity, if you will. And I like that. I like that approach very much. And you know, the iconography. This is a completely, one of the things I like. This is like completely language independent because it's just iconography. But it isn't a game that has 7 million icons. It is a game that has, like, you know, I think 16 or 14 different icons, and that's it. And they're really quick to and easy to spot, understand, but also to pick up, you know. And so there isn't a lot of going back to the rule book to remember how to do a certain thing. One of the things that's cool about games like this is that I like that they're fast-paced. I like that they're quick. I don't want to sit there and wait 20 minutes while somebody takes care of their turn and resolves, you know, all right, now I got to go ahead and check what this unit did. Okay, the range was 6 inches. And, you know, it's like, I love the idea of playing miniatures games. I love the idea of it. I don't have the patience. I don't have the time to sit through that whole process. And I don't have the ability to, like, memorize those rules either, or the want to go back and look those up. I mean, I'm sure some miniatures gamers are going to tell me that the games are really simple and stuff like that. And I'm sure they are, but I don't have the time to do it. So I like game, but I love the idea of it. I love the idea of making, you know, tactical choices and you know, having units duke it out. And so when I can find a game like this that bridges the gap between the sense of that type of game, but also in a presentation that I can sit down and set up in like less than 10 minutes, I am all for that. And I love the fact that this game gives me that. And it gives me, like, as I said, a very immersive theme. It gives me a very fun looking game, and it also just lets me feel like the choices I'm making and the decisions I'm making, while not permanent, are actually rather poignant and important, because of the fact that, like, choosing that battle card of your options, as I said, like, it's like, do I want something that has lots of resources and lots of reinforcements and attacks, but I'm going to go last. So, like, the army that I had out there last turn is just going to get probably obliterated before I get even a chance to do something. But then again, I'm the last one to go. And so the chances are that, like, everybody else's army is going to get kind of beaten down, but my army is going to be pretty fresh when I'm last. And so then starting up the next turn, if I can somehow then, go first, in the next turn, so I've kind of saved that up, so I'm going last and going first, all of a sudden now I've got a big army and I can do a big giant smash, like at the very beginning. Now, once again, the rest of the part, everybody else is probably going to bash on me as soon as they have a chance, but it's those choices and those decisions that you make during the game, and also just like as I said, the connections, the synergies of like the spell casting units and their special abilities, that giant I was gonna say that giant, but the giant that the orcs have, and when that shows up, it seems everybody sees it and they're like, get it, because it's huge. It's got a shield rating of 10, and it's just, you want to, like, go ahead and you want to be the one to take that out, because it's kind of cool. You get both halves of it when you destroy it, so like you get to keep both sides, and so that's worth like 2 points at the end for your total or whatever. So, and it isn't even, you could be getting bashed on and obliterated throughout the entire game, but if you just did the best at killing everybody else, you still win, because as it comes down to it, isn't who's got the best army at the very end. It's the person who did the best job of drawing the most blood, basically. So it's a fun game, it's a quick game, and it lasts just as long as it needs to, and it has the perfect combination of meaningful choices, like immersive theme, and just flat out fun that I'm looking for in a game like this. So there you go. That is Kharnage. I hope you have a good idea of how to play it. I hope you somehow figured out if it's something that you'd want to add to your gaming shelf. If you have any questions about the game, go ahead and ask away. I'll try to answer those to the best of my ability. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And until next time, I am the Undead Viking, and I'm telling you to have yourself one heck of an awesome day. All right, bye-bye.